Avery, his mom comes, can we go swimming?
Maybe if I get the house cleaned, okay?
Wait, we forgot
Hey, y'all.
to
Let's get started since you are all in a meeting. So we're in West Virginia outside. Thought you would enjoy the backyard sights. And then, my normal space is being used right now. So we're outside. So I'm excited that you're here with me, even if it's a little bit later in the day. And hopefully you're doing it today and not in another day. Or you can do both, but not one or the other. All right. So we are going to start standing. We're going to start standing because guess what today is? It's the full moon. And if anything's been crazy, it's been everyone. Everyone's been crazy with the full moon. So we're going to start standing. We're going to start standing and we're going to go through kind of a moon salutation, but we're going to add some repetitions into it to build heat, which is kind of anti-moon salutation. Moon salutation is meant to bring the cold and slow things down, but it's summertime, full moon. We just had summer solstice and Mercury just came out of retrograde. So this is a good time for it. So let's start standing, feet just about hip distance apart. And then let's place one hand on the chest, one hand on the belly. Take a moment to just breathe. You can close your eyes if you want. You can look down at the ground if you want. But take a moment to just breathe. Especially if you get a chance to practice outside or near a window and you get to enjoy the fact that we just had the longest day of the year a couple days ago and the full moon's here, so we can energize ourselves with all this newness going on right now. Taking those few breaths. So on an inhale, take the arms out to the sides all the way up. Reach them all the way up. Reach yourself up high like you could touch the sky, pulling yourself like you could feel a little taller. And then on an exhale, go over to the right side with a little lengthening here. And immediately inhale, bring it up. Exhale, take it over to the left. Immediately inhale it up. Exhale it over to the right again. Inhale it up. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. This time, exhale, arms down by your side. Take a moment to just roll the shoulders. You, of course, get to decide size, direction, and pace of your shoulder rolls. And then relax the shoulders. Bring hands to your hips and let's do circles through the hips. So we try to isolate this movement through the hips. Does it always happen? Nope. But we're striving for it as best we can. Change the direction of the circle with the hips. I had a friend, and I've probably told you all this story before, but I have a friend, she's a dance instructor, and she combined a burlesque dance with a yoga class. And yeah, there was a lot of this, obviously, what makes me think of it, but it was a lot of fun. Next, inhale, come all the way upright, standing up tall again. So then we can take those arms out to the sides, reach them all the way up. This time, though, instead of doing side to side, I want you to do circles right there at the bra line. So not all of us wear bras, and that's cool. If you don't, happy for you. But you know where that bra line sits. So right there's that movement, and it might be circular. It might be a little clunky, and that's okay. Changing the direction of the circle right there at the bra line. You've been sitting at a desk all day, this is a great one to practice just to get some movement into that midsection. Next, inhale, come all the way upright. On your next exhale, fold forward. So be really, really gracious and generous with yourself. So bend your knees as much as you feel is necessary. On an inhale, Lift all the way back up to standing. Arms reach all the way overhead. And again, exhale, fold all the way forward. Let the head hang down. Perhaps your legs are a little bit straighter now, but they don't have to be. That's the beauty of the practice. On an inhale, lift up just halfway. Create that illusion of a flat back. So belly is in and up. Hands might be on thighs or shins or even the ground. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, lift up halfway again. Create that illusion of a flat back. Exhale as you fold. Inhale, all the way up standing. Arms reach all the way overhead. On an exhale, bring your palms together, heart centered. So we're going to go through moon salutations, and we've done them before. And so we stand at the top of the mat, and then we turn sideways. I think I picked the lumpiest piece of grass to practice in. But stand at the top of the mat, and then just turn sideways. Doesn't matter. Actually, I do. I want you to turn to the right. So the mat goes out to the right. So readjust your mat and camera angle if you need to. But I want you to be standing sideways so the mat is out to the right side, because we're going to step out to the right side. We're going to go through it. We're going to add some repetitions with it. So taking in a breath, reach the arms all the way overhead. On an exhale, you're going to take this right foot out to the middle of the mat, stretch the arms over to the middle of the mat as well. So we're creating this half moon shape. Half moon actually has it's the same name for two different poses. And then with your next breath, step it out wide, goddess pose. So we immediately step our feet out wide, turn the toes out, bend the knees, goalpost arms. So we're adding repetitions to everything. So what do you think we're gonna do here? Well, let's do some pulses. Let's pulse a little bit deeper into the squat. So for the count of 6, 6, go down, inhale, come up just a little bit. Go down for 5, up just a little bit. We'll keep going for 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay really low. Stay low. Stay low. And your low might not be that low. I feel like my low today is not as low as normal. But you know what? The practice changes every day. Now that we're low, let's add in a little bit with the hands. So we're going to slide those arms in, like a nice little peck fly. So forearms might not touch. Elbows might not touch. That's okay, as long as the elbows are lifted. Taking in a breath, open the arms. Exhale them in. Inhale, open. Exhale in. Inhale, open. Exhale in. Inhale, open. 2 more if I counted correctly. Exhale in. Inhale, open. Once more. Exhale. Inhale. Stay for that exhale. Next inhale, 5-pointed star. So we straighten the legs, heels turn out, and then those arms extend out. So you just look like you're in a 5-pointed star. We're going to add just a forward fold here. It's not typically here. We're going to add it for fun. So bring your hands to your hips, taking in a breath. Exhale and forward fold. Once you fold, take your hands wherever you want them to go. Maybe to the mat, maybe to the legs. It's okay to bend your knees. You can find hands back to the hips. Take in a breath, come all the way back up, lifting those arms out into the 5-pointed star. So don't let your arms sag. We're not going for droopy arms. We're going for solid, strong arms. Like your 5-pointed star, you're going to be shining bright right up there with the full moon. So then we're going to turn our right toes point out towards the back of the mat. We're preparing for triangle. So on an exhale, you're going to reach forward and then come all the way down. So touching the floor is not mandatory, but I want belly to pull in and up. I want your hips to stay where they are. And then inhale, bring it all the way back up. Now, I'm not going to be like I just was because I kept my hips where they were. Exhale, take it down. Still keeping your hips where they were. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, take it down. 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 We all know I lost count, so one more. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, the arms come down. So if you kept your hips in place, you would have tapped into the right obliques a little bit more. And if you didn't, that's okay. You're still working. But we're going to pivot into pyramid pose. So we're going to pivot our feet to the back of the mat, well, to point towards the back of the mat. And we're going to shorten the distance between our feet. But you want feet to stay flat. Woo. And if your balance is off, of course, we're going to blame that full moon tonight. Hands to the hip. On an exhale, we're going to fold essentially over this right leg. Now, your body's not ready for a big hamstring stretch, so touching the ground's not necessary. You can always have hands on the shins, maybe you bring over some blocks to help hold you up. That's okay. So now that we're folded forward, we're in pyramid. We're enjoying pyramid. We're then going to take this left knee, bend it in, push your hips back, almost as though you're going into a half monkey split, but we're not. And then taking that breath, straighten the leg, right back into the post. Exhale, bend the knee, push the hips back. Inhale, right back into the post. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, straighten the leg. One more time. Exhale, bend the knee. Push the hips back. Inhale, straighten the leg. We're going to transition into a lunge. Taking this left foot, step it back a little bit more. Bend your right knee. So we're in a runner's lunge. Our little meat pose, right? Like the road runner. Left hand stays down. Inhale the right arm out now. So we're in a nice little twist. Take a moment just to breathe. We can add to this, but we're not going to right now. Exhale the right hand down. We're going to pivot to a side lunge. So right toes point out to the side we started facing. Left toes do as well. So there's a hinge forward. We're in a side lunge. Typically in this practice, we would go skandasana into that crouching warrior, but I want side lunge. Right knee is bent, left leg's long. Arms go out wide to the side. Taking a breath, push through the right heel, straighten your right leg. You should bend your left leg, take it over to a side lunge on the other side. There is that hinge forward, but do not dump onto this left thigh. Taking that breath, straighten the left leg, bending your right knee, take it over to the right. Straighten the right, take it over to the left. Straighten the left, take it over to the right. Straighten the right, take it over to the left. Take it back over to the right. Stay here. Now, palms together. You decide. Do you want to stay in side lunge or do you want to take it down into your skandasana crouch? Your choice, whichever one you want. Whew. You have to hold the floor, that's okay. We're gonna blame the full moon for all the bad balance. My friend taught a similar sequence last night and she's like, I fell every time I fell over. So now we're gonna go center into a lunge. Or not a lunge, I'm sorry, a squat. You have choices here, okay? You can find that center malasana squat low in the middle, or if you want to work a little bit more strength, you can just find a squat where hips are in line with the knees. You get to decide that. That's your choice. But take a few moments, just breathe with whatever choice you chose. It's all good, I promise. It's all good. So we're going to start transitioning and we're going to work the other side of the body, ending up at the back of the mat. Well, then we'll repeat the whole thing through again. I know we're super excited. So we're going to take it into skandasana or a side lunge with a left leg bent. So left knee is bent, right leg's long and wide to the side. You kind of decide where you want to go. We'll do those side to side lunges in just a moment. If you can find balance here, find balance. If you can't, no worries. All right. If you're not in side lunge, taking a breath, find your way into side lunge with left knee bent. Everyone take their arms out wide to the sides. Keep the belly in and up. You can hinge forward and kind of dump into it, and that's not going to feel good with the back. So keep the belly in and up so we stay solid and strong. Taking in that breath, straighten the left leg, take it over to the right. Straighten the right leg. Take it over to the left. Take it over to the right. Are you staying hinged while we do it? It's okay if you don't. We're striving for it though. Take it over left. Keep that belly in. Take it over right. Take it over left again. And then let's pivot to the runner's lunge. Like a little road runner, meet. Right hand goes down. Inhale, left arm out and up. Got a little crack in my back with that one. That was beautiful. Exhale the left hand down, transitioning into our pyramid pose. So right foot steps in, left leg straight. We're already folded. We're already hinged. So you might have to readjust a little bit, and that's okay. Again, you might be touching the floor. You might have hands on the shins or blocks. You might touch a wall in front of you. Doesn't matter. Same thing though. We're going to bend the right knee. Push the hips back. And then straighten the right leg. Exhale, bend the knee, push the hips back. Straighten the right leg. Exhale, bend the right knee, push the hips back. Straighten the right leg. 3 more times, bend your right knee. Straighten the right leg. Bend your right knee, push the hips back. Straighten the leg. 1 more time, bend your right knee, hips go back. Straighten the right leg. Bring hands to the hips. Inhale as you come up. Pivot the right toes to point out to the side. So we're setting up for that triangle. We're going to go to triangle before we do the reps of coming up and back down because we want to get our hips in place. So taking a breath, lengthen the arms out. Exhale, hinge forward, and then fold down. So we're in triangle. Children, be quiet. So hips stay in place. We're going to keep the hips where they are. Taking a breath, come back up. Exhale, take it down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And then we're going to pivot it to that 5-pointed star. Hands to the hips. Exhale, fold forward. Take a moment. Take this variation that you want here. Hands to the hips. Inhale, come all the way up. Pivot the heels, toes out, goalpost arms. Doesn't matter. Belly's in and up. We're gonna pivot deeper for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stay low. On your exhale, slide in. Inhale, open. Exhale, slide in. Inhale, open. 4 more here. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. We're going to take it step to the back of the mat. The right foot's down. Left foot's in the middle. We're stretching arms up and over to the middle. Inhale all the way up to the back of the mat. Exhale, palms together, heart center. We're going to do it all the way again. Completely in reverse, starting with the left side first. We're going to end up at the top of the mat again. That's the way it works. Adding in the same reps, the same repetitious strength building parts of it. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, left foot to the center. Stretch the arms up and over to the left. Take the foot, step it out wide. Goddess pose. Belly's in and up. So let's pulse it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it low. Exhale, fly it in. Inhale, open. Exhale. Inhale. 4 more. Exhale. Inhale. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Next inhale, 5-pointed star. 5-pointed star. Hands come to the hips. Exhale, hinge forward. All the way forward. Take your hands wherever you want them to go. In, all the way back up. Left toes turn out. We're going for triangle. So inhale the arms out. Exhale, find your triangle as you fold. Well, hinge. So keep your hips in place. Belly's in and up. Inhale, upright. Exhale, down. Inhale, upright. Exhale, down. Inhale, upright. Exhale, down. 3 more times. 2 more. 1 more. Stay in your triangle for just a moment. Inhale up. Exhale, hands down. Pivoting towards that left foot for pyramid. So that right foot turns and steps in. Now it doesn't have to turn all the way in. It can be opened out to the side a little bit. Exhale, hinge over your left leg. Again, take your hands where you need them to go. Bend your right knee. Push your hips back. Inhale, straighten your right leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, straighten. 3 more. Exhale. Inhale. 2 more. Exhale. Inhale. Once more. Into our runner's lunge. Right foot steps back. Left knee bends. Right hand goes down. Inhale, left arm out and up. Try not to dump into the right shoulder. Open the chest, don't collapse it. Exhale the left hand down. We're gonna pivot over to that side lunge with left knee bent. Left knee's bent. Lifting up just a little bit, so we just have that hinge forward, but strong through the midsection. Take it over to the right side. Take it over left side. Take it over right side. Take it over left side. I've lost count. We're only going to 3. So let's do one more. Take it to the right. Take it to the left. And then palms together, heart center. You decide. Do you want to stay here or you want to take it down into Skandasana? You might have to hold the ground for a little balance. You might have palms together. There's all kinds of variations. Find that works for you. Then we're going to take it to the center into a squat of your choice. So you can be low in your Malasana squat. Maybe you're a little bit higher. That higher squat is going to build a lot of strength. So you decide what's working for you. We only have one more side to do. And then we get to stretch it all out. So let's take it to that side lunge with right knee bent. Actually, you know what? Let's take it to that Skandasana or side lunge first. So you decide, whichever one you want. Right knee is bent. One's not better than the other. And if you're in Skandasana, there's some people that get their right foot flat here. There was a time in my life where I did. And I probably could if I had better balance, but most days my heel's lifted. So know that it's okay. Now lift it up to that side lunge. Right knee's bent. Strong through the midsection. Don't let your back hurt. Arms out to the sides. Take it over to the left. Take it over to the right. Take it left. Take it right. Go left again. Go right again. Whoo-wee. Let's pivot to runner's lunge to the back of the mat. So right knee's bent. Right knee is bent. Left hand's down. Inhale, right arm out and up. Exhale the right hand down. Pyramid pose. So just take that left foot, step it in and straighten the legs. We're already folded over the right leg. Again, bend your left knee, push the hips back. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, bend the knee, push the hips back. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, bend the knees. One knee, it's just the left. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, straighten the leg. One more, I think, because you know I lost count. Bend the knee. Straighten the leg. Hands come to the hips. Inhale all the way up. Taking triangle pose. So left foot steps back and turns out. Lengthen in the arms. Exhale, find your triangle. Ooh, maybe. Left hand's up. Those hips, the left hip's back a little bit. Keep the left hip, strive to keep the left hip in place. Doesn't always happen. Belly's in and up. Inhale, upright. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. 2 more to go. Exhale. Inhale. 1 more time. Exhale. Inhale. Relax the arms. Turn the right toes out. We're going to go straight into that wide leg forward fold. So exhale, fold all the way down. Hands come down. And we breathe. Hands to the hips. Inhale, come all the way up. Pivot the heels in. Goddess pose. So goalpost arms. Belly's in and up. Avery. Belly's in and up. We're going to pulse the hips lower. We're gonna go for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna fly those arms in. Exhale it in. Inhale, open. Exhale in. Inhale, open. Exhale in. Inhale, open. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. We're gonna step up to the top of the mat. So left foot steps in, right toes towards the center. Inhale up. Exhale, palms together. Beautiful. So turn to the front of the mat. Step your feet out a little bit wider. Squat of your choice again. Either Malasana or find that strength building squat. Doesn't matter. Find your squat, whatever it looks like. And then guess what? Today was, no down dogs, no chaturangas. How crazy is that? Whichever squat you chose. Take it all the way down to a seated spot, hips down. Take a moment while we're sitting right here and just circle the wrists. We're gonna do reverse tabletop with the option of reverse plank. So circle your hands different ways, all different ways, whichever feels good. You can alternate, you can only go one direction, your choice. But I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna demo reverse tabletop, but you can always straighten the legs and do reverse plank. So bring your hands behind you. Now, I personally turn my fingertips to point towards me. Not everyone does. So it's okay if the fingertips point away from you. You tap in a little bit more into the chest, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You find what works for you. Feet are planted firmly on the ground, belly's in and up. Lift the hips. Lift the hips, squeeze the shoulder blades together on the back. And then if you're squeezing your shoulder blades together and you've created the shelf on your back, you can let your head hang back, but that's optional. On an exhale, bring your hips down, hug the knees, lengthen up. Take a moment just to breathe. Of course, we're gonna do it again. So bring your hands behind you, clamp them down, whichever direction, your choice, taking in the breath, lifting up. So you could have straighter legs and be practicing a reverse plank here. That's okay. Exhale the hips down, hug the knees, lengthen up. We got one more in us. One more. We can do one more. So bring the hands behind you again. One last time. Taking a breath, lift the hips. Remember, we're squeezing those shoulder blades together on the back. Exhale, lower the hips down. Hug the knees for just a moment as you lengthen up. And then take your legs straight out in front. Straight out in front. On an exhale, fold forward. So perhaps you bend your knees, perhaps you don't touch your feet. Lots of options. You can go for straight back here. You can go for rounded back. Find what works for you. Inhale, come all the way back up. Put a little bend in your knees, roll yourself down onto your back. Once you get down on your back, pull your knees to your chest. Hug up there. You can rock side to side if you want, or you can tug in, always your choice. And then take a moment, take both your legs high for the sky, straighten them up, and then do ankle circles here. Change the direction of your ankle circles. And then bend your knees back into the chest. And take both knees over to the right side of your body. You decide if you want to go into a T shape with the arms or any other variation of your choice. Taking in a breath, bring the knees back into the chest. Hug them there for just a moment. And on an exhale, take both the knees to the left side of the body. Arms out in a T shape. Oh, or you can take your arms any other way you want. I just told you that on the other side. Sometimes a T shape is very conducive to whatever we just practiced, but we didn't really, put a lot of emphasis into the upper body. It was there a little bit, definitely in those reverse planks, reverse tabletops. Taking in a breath, bring the knees back into the chest. Hug them there, squeezing in tight. Really thanking yourself for coming into practice today, especially with a crazy full moon. It is the last super moon of the year. So the moon should look bigger and brighter this evening. On an exhale, extend yourself out. Find your way into your Shavasana, whatever your Shavasana looks like. So it could be legs long or knees bent, arms out or arms in, whatever it is your body's seeking for this moment of rest. Once you get into that sweet spot, close your eyes. Lengthen and deepen your breath. Allowing yourself to relax and giving yourself the rest that you deserve. Bringing the awareness back into your breath, back into your body. As you start to bring in those little movements into the fingers and toes. And those little movements work their way to ankles and wrists. Rocking the head side to side. Roll to one side of your body into a fetal position. Taking a moment to really just breathe, obviously, but to remember that as much as we get energy from the sun, obviously the sun, we get vitamin D, which is a hormone our body needs and does not own. But the moon can bring us energy as well because the moon pulls on us. We're made of 70 to 80% water, and the moon pulls on the water. So it's pulling on us and it can charge us just like it brings, a charge to the tides. So reminding ourselves that we have to honor the moon just as much as we do the sun. Taking in a breath as you push yourself up into a comfortable seat. You decide the comfortable seat that you get up into, and then when you get there, close your eyes and bring your palms together at heart center. With all of the gratitude for joining me in practice today, with everything in me, thanking and honoring everything in you. Namaste. Awesome. Y'all join me. Practice. The full moon. We're crazy. We need the practice. So I will see you all again next week. Have a good weekend, y'all.